Before I forget or lose steam from my playthrough of Deltarune, I really wanted to make sure I gave this small game some love for all of its quirky, fun, and upsetting conversations it holds. Some being between teachers hitting on my dad, or possibly vice versa, to moments that feel all too important with a perfect touch of music and visuals to go with it. Deltarune Chapter 1 brings a lot to the table on its 2 to 4 hour runtime, and it's left me with a lot to look forward to and think about. Toby Fox, after seeing such a smash hit with Undertale on those magical nights of September 15th, 2015, he left such a feeling of courage, inspiration maybe? What was it in Undertale that they constantly used? Determination! Through all of our puny little hearts, and I was a little surprised to see any continuation at all, but I'm glad to see it's here and for free at that. Starting off trying to play it as a let's play with you guys, I felt it wasn't right. I felt that I needed to experience this alone. Ending up in the comfy beefy arms of my Switch, as the game can be downloaded anywhere for free, which personally I hope changes, as Toby deserves every penny for his awkward yet cute and sinister world he's come to forge. And as the lore grows deeper and deeper for Undertale, Deltarune only adds to this as a bountiful bouquet of questions. You'll be starting as a young Chris, raised by the once or will be great Toriel, taught by the infamously nervous Alphys, and revisited by the most intellectually stimulating character the video game world has ever known, Sans. As enjoyable as it is to find him in this incredibly confusing town, I definitely did not miss his dialogue noises he makes in between every single thing he says. But it was pretty neat to see him outside of Underworld, wherever this is. I'm not quite sure where we are anymore. Deltarune throws out a lot of similarities with Undertale, obviously, with the combat to landscapes and enemies to talking, as not to beat the Underworld into a genocide. And Jesus, I think we all learned our lesson there. But all of these ties binding reality left me pretty confused on whether this is the future or the past or some side story, but overall, Deltarune is a ton of fun and holds that perfect charm that Undertale gave us fucking 5 years ago. Jesus Christ, how does this even happen? Where does the time go? You'll be met with a new party this time, a little less lonely, a little more about friendship right off the bat, with Ralsei, the supposed Prince of Darkness, if I'm remembering right. And please be gentle with me. I know Undertale is a very sensitive subject on the internet, so I'm trying my best. But for Prince of Darkness, Ralsei shows nothing but support for his or her companions, along with a lovely respect for life. You'll be goaded into talking your way out of fights, and using team actions to compliment, flirt, or just be plain cautious, warning foes of the upcoming Susie, a total badass without an ounce of empathy for an enemy, let alone her classmates. But with Ralsei being called the Prince of Darkness, I'm only left with a wondering to who in this game is going to turn on me. And honestly, I was mostly looking towards Ralsei the entire time. Being the nicest in the game, I figured probably make the biggest twist, but I have hope for Ralsei, and I suspect something sinister due to the amount of Undertale veterans trying to get what the message here will be. Seeing as most of us has probably already played Undertale, I guess I won't say it. I'm wondering if they're just gonna do like a total 180 on what that game was kinda all about. Susie as a character left me a little jaded, as her and another character seem a little childish, which I guess is to be expected from the universe of Undertale, but at points it just kinda straight up feels like a 5th grade friend war, taking sides over ideals of being super cool and scary and rad and just shit like that. But while it is a little annoying, Susie gets her time to shine, and I'm glad she was around for the experience. By the end of Chapter 1, I'm really excited to see where Deltarune takes itself, as it ended on such a strong note. Seriously, that little ending bit of music is just... it gave me the shivers. But throughout, you'll be dealing with Susie's bad attitude in battles, trying to murder the enemy when everybody's just trying to have a tea party. You'll wonder what her deal is after a while and why she's so goddamn angry. Deltarune introduces you to a couple new things, some just being new enemy types, but also the party system and a lot more dialogue when fighting enemies. It almost kind of felt like if I didn't talk my way out of every single battle, it would have left me pretty empty when it comes to the thoughts on enemy minds and extra bits of story, or just plain cute and funny banner. And overall, Deltarune gives you reason not to just slaughter every single person, especially if you're a returning patron of the underworld. But at the same time, I was never sure what the big twist of the game would be. Would the demons and baddies I left alive just come back in the final chapter to kill me? There is a point in the game where everybody kind of realizes that not every battle can be just talked out of, and that some people are just stubborn, I guess. Stubborn until death. And I'm kind of wondering what that's going to mean for the rest of the game. But maybe not, because like I said, the game pretty much tells you, I mean, don't fight people. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing about Undertale and Deltarune Deltarune, I'm gonna guess. That's kind of why I'm wondering if it's gonna do a twist or whatever. But so far the only big threat seems to be a small blue man by the name of Lancer, who will try to halt your expedition onward, but really only just kind of puts a pea stone in your path. You can just kind of walk around him the entire time, or even under him or something. I don't know. You can just take your own route. Anything's possible. Lancer's dad is also a big part in this, but doesn't show towards the end of chapter 1, so I'll let you all get there yourselves. Lancer, in the meantime, seems to be a new placeholder for Sans, I think. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I can handle them both in the same room. There's only like so much mischief one man can handle, but at the same time, I like to see how this is like all connected with the ending segment of the game, raising some pretty huge questions and leaving me with such a feeling of grandeur and mystery, all topped off with a perfect little score to really make things feel big. And the credits song as well. It was kind of cool to hear it get its own little anime theme. I was impressed, and I'm really excited to see chapter 2. Hopefully it won't be too long, but at the same time, Toby Fox seems to know what he's doing, and I wish him all the time he needs before this franchise gets any bigger. But from what I've seen, Toby works by himself and hopefully won't be goaded into a slew of cash grab Undertale side notes, as he really seems to have a vision here. I wish I could explain the feelings that some of these games give me, and Undertale and Deltarune are one of them. They just feel good. They feel weird, uncomfortable, sad, yet happy at the same time, but also nostalgic, and it's just perfect. And hopefully Toby Fox is the right guy. Hopefully that's not the dude who makes Five Nights at Freddy's, because honestly, I don't remember at this moment. I could have googled it, but I already wrote this whole bitch out, and I felt pretty confident at that time. Overall, I loved Deltarune Chapter 1, and once I finally finished it, I got really excited for the next one to come out. And Jesus, it seems like I write this at the end of every single video of all these, like, the indie ones that I do, but it's so true. We need these small indie titles to break apart all these FPS and 40-plus hour RPGs. Something new and fresh with a great story to be told, and I don't know if it's just me, but lately these smaller, shorter indie titles have just really been doing it for me. Maybe it's just knowing that I can reasonably beat it quick without missing side stories and all that, and not having to play it across the span of like 3 months and avoid every other game that comes out. Because there's just so much shit. Oh my god, this month alone. But anyways, don't mind all that stupid gaming talk. If you love Undertale, definitely give it a shot. I think you'll love it, and I can't wait for Toby Fox to take over the YouTube Let's Plays corner once again. And the fan theories and the game theories and the conspiracies and shit like that. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I like I said like 3 times in this video, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was good, and I thought it looked really nice and was like the perfect game for the Nintendo Switch, honestly. But I went through again a second time so I could get the footage. So I did 2 whole playthroughs, one on the Switch, one on the PC. Both of them work great. Both of them are awesome. I didn't notice anything different, I don't think. But yeah, keep at it, Toby Fox. You're a great dude with some great games. I don't really know you as a person, so I guess I can't say that, but I'm just gonna assume, because these games are full of heart and charm. But yeah, everybody, I'll see you on the next one, and I really hope you guys are enjoying these. I'm trying to crank out a few before I have to go back to work and whatnot. But yeah, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.